time you get up, is that the first thought that comes to your mind? If you know him, you ought to be able to shout about it. Go past, do you know how many is your friend? That's what we're going to talk about today. Our scripture, message is going to come today from John chapter 15, and verses 11 to 17. John chapter 15, verses 11 to 17. We're going to talk about being a friend of God today. We sing a song, you know, it all sounds like, no, there's more to it than that. We want to take it deeper. See, God ain't about just words. God is about action. They say faith is what you do, not what you say. Now, I can believe I can fly. I told y'all this before. But just because you believe it, you know, I ain't going to step out with the rules. So that ain't faith, that's just talk. But when it comes to being a friend of God, we want more than talk. We want it to be a fact. John chapter 15, verse 11 to 17. You got to say amen. Amen. If I need to slow down, say hold up. Bless the Lord. Y'all know I like to keep it real. Y'all know me. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. These things I commanded you, that you love one another. And out of those words, I came with this message we're going to talk about today, friends with benefits. Precious Father, I thank you right now, Lord, for this day that you have blessed, Lord, this opportunity you have created for me to speak your word. I ask, Lord, right now that you go before me, reach down inside of me, Lord, and anything that will prevent your message from being spoken, Lord, remove it, take it out of me. Let all of you and none of me get the glory today, Lord, that this people may be blessed by your words. You said, Lord, that man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. Feed us, Lord. Feed us till we want no more, Lord. Give us overflow from your spirit and your grace. And in Jesus' name I pray this. Amen. Amen. This passage came, it was the night before the crucifixion. And Jesus was speaking to his disciples. He had sat them down, and he was explaining to them what was going on so they would understand. And they still didn't understand it, but he explained it. And you've heard these words called the farewell discourse. That's what you hear people. It's the last word before you go to the cross. And prior to this, Jews always considered themselves servants of God, going back to the days of Moses. That's right. They were always considered. What Jesus was telling them, that was all about a change. Because with his going to the cross, no longer would we be considered servants, but now we'll be called friends. In the Nelson's Bible dictionary, a friend is classified as a person whom one loves and trusts, a close companion or a comrade. And then in the rest of the dictionary, it says we want to, everybody ain't there yet, so we're going to make it fair to everybody. It says a friend is someone you know or like, who is likely to support you or favor you or help you. Amen. I don't really like that because that's too loose to me. Because they say likely to support you. I want to know if you're my friend and push come to shove, we're going to put our backs up against it and go together. I don't want to have my back on and you walking on while I fall on me. But that's just me. Friends are generally loving, warm-hearted, loyal, forgiving, that's one we have to work on, and generous, that's another one we have to work on. A friend brings you comfort. I would venture to guess that, while I'm saying this, I'm quite sure everybody can think of at least one, hopefully a lot more than one, somebody that you would consider a friend that would meet this criteria. But let me ask you, when I say that, is anybody ever, the first thought on your mind is Jesus? Because that, whenever you think of a friend, as a Christian, your very first thought should be Jesus is my friend. And then let everybody else fall where they may. Because I believe like this, if you learn how to make Jesus your friend and live according to that, friends will come to you anyway. Because God will put the right people in your path to become friends. And he'll keep all them stragglers out. A lot of times our problem is we look for the wrong thing in friends. We look for people who will benefit us, or people who look for us is because we'll benefit to them. But see, that's what I love about Jesus. I'm a filthy rag. And yet he loved me so much, he said, that's all right, I can find something to do with that rag. Amen? You know, I'll take him and make a preacher out of him. He ain't got a hoop to do it. Most people go out of their way to have church. And since we're in a church, we're going to talk about everything. But they have very little relationship with God outside of Sunday. They tend to view God as more of a friend with benefits. And I don't think I have to explain this, but I'm going to explain it just in case, because I don't think we got nobody doing this in this church. So we're going to get it because it's being videotaped, so that way when they go out, other people understand. See, a friend with benefits is someone who you have no real relationship with other than, and I'm going to break this wrong, usually sexually. It's somebody that when you want to, it's more than a hookup. Because see, a hookup can be somebody you really don't know, but you can call them just that right quick. See, a friend with benefit is somebody you'll call over and over and over again. But y'all don't go together. You ain't married. You ain't, no, it's just, all it is gratuity. That's what a friend with benefit is. It's a casual, no strings attached relationship. Real loose, you know, just, don't call me about your problems. Don't call me when you need something other than, amen? No perks to it. Other than that. That's all it is. It's a friend and one benefit to it, but if for some reason they put an S on it. I ain't figured it out yet. I was studying, I kept trying to, what the S come from? Because all I see is one benefit. And usually a friend with benefit is someone close to you. See, that's the thing about a hookup. A hookup might not, y'all might ain't really get along, but they good at what they do. You get what I'm saying? Well, see, a friend with benefit is more than that. It's usually somebody that almost like a brother or sister to you. They're just that close, but we just can't stay together. You know, a lot of times you have a friend with benefit relationship where people are trying to see if maybe it might be something else. So they start out wrong because they start out with that. I'm gonna tell you something. If your relationship is based on that, you're not gonna have a very long relationship because just like they'll relate to you about that, they'll relate to others about that. So there's no relationship there. That's just a hookup. Friend with benefits can do everything a couple can do except be a couple. When you ask them if they're a couple, no, that's just my friend. That's right. And if you say, hey, y'all together, no, don't want nobody to know about it. Keep it on the couple. That's right. And you set the standard for your FWB, and that's what they call it, the acronym thing against you now. Relationships. That's right. You determine when we're going to see each other, you know, what time to call, what days to call, and anything outside of that breaks the relationship, breaks the deal. Right. So if I tell you call me Saturday at 1 in the morning, and you call me Friday, then now we done. You ain't gonna act right. You're gonna be a problem. I already see this. Hold that down. So that's done. Well, a lot of people try to do God the same way. We want to set the standard with God, to determine when God can intervene in our life. Look, God, don't be calling on me to preach because I ain't no preacher. Don't be asking me to give no money because I got bills. Look, you don't tell me who I can be friends with God. Look, you say go ye therefore, so I'm going to go in there. If you don't know, I can help them change. We're not realizing a lot of times you're not changing them, they're changing you. Because they have you doing things that you know you ain't supposed to be doing. And then now you come in on Sundays or whatever, you can call the preacher, whoever, crying and saying, Lord, forgive me, I know I done messed up. Oh, Lord, I think I might be pregnant. You didn't think about all that before when you tell God to stay out your life. That's how we want to set the standard with God. We want to tell God how to be our friend. We don't want to be the friend based on his criteria. That's right. A relationship in which you put Jesus at your beck and call is basically make Jesus a friend with benefits. It's when you pray to him only when you need him. It's when you call him your Lord and Savior only when A on Sunday or 2 other Christians come around. Now you know some people can put on front. If you're walking up on them, they don't see you. You might hear one thing. As soon as they spot, oh, praise the Lord. Oh, you know what? I was just in prayer. Come on now. Y'all know me. I keep it real. I keep it real. That's right. You know, you consider to say I go to church, or I'm a member of a church, but you have no other time with God. Once you walk out those doors, the Bible goes probably in the car, maybe to the house. That's right. You know, got to find it when it's time. You know, somebody asks you about a scripture, you got to Hope you can remember to look it up or call somebody to ask. When the Bible says study to show thyself approved unto God.
That's right.
See, every one of us, it's not just the preacher. He ain't the only one got to know that Bible. That's I'm going to tell you like this, especially you know it. Because everybody that stand up with his mic in their hand ain't telling you the truth. And if you ain't studying it for yourself, they'll trick you. They'll have you think you're supposed to help pay for a $45 million jet. And have you believe that God told him to tell you that stupid mess.
That's right.
How dumb can you be to get up in front of folks? I'm scared of a person that'll stand up there and say, God told me to tell you to buy me a Rolls Royce. And then I'm scared if you believe it.
That's right.
Because that made me question your prayer life. The Spirit will not say, Lord, I'm just going to say it. God is never going to tell me something to tell you that he didn't tell you. God always confirms his word. And he always sticks to his word. He said, my word will not return to me void. So if he said it, you'll know it. So don't you never let nobody stand in front of you and tell you God said it, and you move. If he said it, if you ain't sure, say, I'll get back with you. That way, you don't want to be disobedient to God, because see, sometimes we can turn down stuff and God did say we just don't want to do it. You want to be obedient, but confirm it. Pray. God will let you know. He'll put it on a song. He'll have somebody call you and out of the blue talk about it. You know, a child will walk up and say, he'll make you know what he said. But don't let nobody tell you God told you to do something. I've heard preachers come crazy stuff, walking up to women and say, you know what, I don't even know you. God said you're going to be my wife. I'm not, I kid you not. You know, God told me to tell this church to buy me this, pay for me that. You know, get you a job. If God wants you to have it, he'll bring it to you. Y'all bear with me a little bit, but I'm going to give y'all just a little short testimony. I've been trying to get in business. I told y'all some of that because I could. I've been looking for buildings all over. Everywhere I go, there too much. Jumping out. This week, a man called him out of the blue to ask him about, how do you run a restaurant? He said, you know what, don't get no building, man. I got this trailer, I'll sell it to you. I got my trailer sitting in my front yard. And God wants you to have something. You ain't got to struggle. You ain't got to try. All you got to do is pray and trust. And wait. That's the one we don't want to do is wait. Let me get back. See, y'all get me off. Y'all do that to me every time. You know, people like that, with that friend with business relationship, they can recite scripture going to bed, but you never see it in their life.
That's right.
They talk about faith, and yet every time you talk to them, they complain.
That's right.
You know, when you got faith, you ain't got to complain. You just got to wait. That's all you got to do is wait. I don't care how good it is. If you're going to complain to God. You know, God don't mind you coming to him on your knees saying, Lord, I don't know what you wait on, but I'm going to wait. Because I know whatever you wait on is going to be best for me. That's what faith is. You know, we love to sing, what a friend we have in Jesus. It brings us comfort. You know, that's one of the old songs, Take You Back. You know, way back when. And you know, I mean, it's a good idea to say that. But is it in your heart? Is it in your heart? Are you speaking from your heart? You know, as appealing as it sounds to have Jesus as a friend, it's kind of misleading and dishonest the way some of us do it. Because we say the words, but you don't see it reflected in our lifestyle. You know, if Jesus is my friend, and I know Jesus has certain expectations of me, then why am I here doing this? Why am I there saying that? Why am I hanging with people who I know don't think like I think? See, God said we're supposed to be in the world, but not of the world. We're supposed to be set apart. Remember, he said, be ye holy, for I am holy. So if I know that I'm supposed to be holy, why am I hanging in the unholy crowd? And don't give me that well, I'm witnessing to them, because no. Let me tell you how you witness to them. When they go to doing that, you say, you know what, I love to hang with y'all, but I ain't down with that, so y'all come when you finish, and you move on. After a while, what you start to notice is this. When a problem comes, they say, hey, let me call him. You know, he go to church, he might be able to help me. Or they'll come to you and say, look, I ain't all in church thing, but will you pray for me? You got to be a light. You got to be a light. And in order to be a light, you got to shine. In order to shine, you can't be putting your light in and out, up and down. Just, God said, let your light so shine. Now, you ain't got to make it no big announcement about it. It'll show in your life. Anybody know what Facebook, what they call a friend in Facebook? You know how easy it is to be a friend in Facebook? Man, who got Facebook in? Oh, now don't tell me none of y'all got on Facebook. I know what I'm talking about. Now I know it's more than one hand. Thank you for being up, but I know it's more than one hand and got Facebook. Okay, well, I'm gonna explain to y'all that try to pretend. In Facebook, to be a friend, all I gotta do is click friend. I ain't never gotta have met you, never seen you. You can live on the moon, I wouldn't know it. But to be a friend, I just friend you. Some of us, that's how we want to do with Christ. We want to friend him. You know, we want to just to be able to say, my friend, because it look good when you look on that and you got, 5,000 followers and friends. That stuff look good in social media because it look like you're popular. About 90% of the people probably don't know you. If you walked up and snapped them, they couldn't say that's who he is. Unless they can go back to their page and find your picture somewhere under their friend list. But we can't do that with Christ. Because see, friendship not only involves relationship, but it involves intimacy. In order to be a friend, you got to know the person that you're a friend with, a true friend. You got to spend some time with them. If some of us did Jesus like we did our spouses, we wouldn't be married real long. We did it like we do our children, like we do Jesus. They probably run away because they just think you don't care about them. A friend is someone that don't just stick around when it look good. They're not just there because of some benefit to them. Children go to school, and because they're in class with someone, or see them in the lunchroom, or see them in the halls, they gravitate to call them friends. And most of those relationships we have like that, they're not necessarily friends, they're more acquaintances. And we have to learn the difference. There's a difference. Just because I know you, don't mean I know you. I've met a lot of famous musicians and preachers, and I know of them. I know who they are. When we walk up, I can say, hey, so-and-so. They can say, hey, so-and-so. But beyond that, I don't know anything about them. So that's not a friend. It's an acquaintance. We need to be sure that we understand that not everybody is your friend. I'm going to take it a step further, but I had to learn this the hard way. Not everybody want to be your friend. Someone will smile in your face. They'll give you all kind of flowers while you're standing there. And the minute they think you can't hear them, they'll turn loose on you. And they ain't going to be nice about it. You have to be careful. We have to be careful because sometimes we do Jesus the same way without intending to. Because we'll get in front of others and talk about praising God from whom all blessings flow. And we'll get in front of folk and, oh, the Lord been good to me. And then we'll turn right around to other folks and say, everything I got on my own. When you just said, from whom all blessings flow. But now you got it on your own. Well, I hate this word, but if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Ain't no such thing as luck. I've said that before, and I'm going to say it again. There's no such thing as luck. The Bible says the steps of a good man are ordered. And God said, I know the plans that I have for you. And nothing lucky about it. But it also says this, according to how you live is according to how you're blessed. If you want to live on your own and do things on your own, then God will let you bump your head on your own. But if you want to trust him, then he'll bless you. Contacts, links, and companions are usually when we have more than friends, rather than friends. And in critical times, those are the people you can't depend on. True friends make an effort to be there for you, even in tough times. Whether good times or bad times, you want to know who your friends are. Don't look at when everything was going good. Look at that time when you had a problem. And the ones that you consistently see when you have problems, that's your friend. Now, they might not be the person you get along with all the time. Because that's the thing about a friend. A friend going to tell you when you're right, but they're going to tell you when you're wrong. You ain't got to like it, but you got to love them. That's a real friend. Because a real friend is not going to see you step out there and do something to harm or embarrass yourself. If you're a real friend. And they ain't got to be, now look, don't y'all, just because we friends now, just all call me out in front of everybody. It's a way you can do things.
That's right.
Call them to the side and listen, man. That's right. Yeah, what's going on? Oh, no. Just because they're your friend and you know they're going to let you get away with them. Man, you so down. How you going, oh, let me tell you about, no, I don't want to do that. There's a way to do everything.
That's right.
Real friends love and help each other during happy times as well as downhearted and heartbroken times. They're there when you need them, and they're there when you don't. They look beyond the superficial. They look beyond your quirks and your quarrels and your problems.
That's right.
And they see the need that you have and try to meet it. People that you can depend on no matter what the situation is. They're willing to give up self in order to help out someone else. They'll go to the end of the earth and back for you just because you asked them to.
That's right.
Not for no other reason. And I'm telling you now, Jesus is that kind of friend. We live in an age of deception and mistrust. You know, it's difficult to find a true friend. And I was looking and I found it kind of interesting, y'all. It talked about a different kind of friends you got. Like this, they said, you got bad friends. You know, they only show up in the dark times. So they can find out what's going on. You know, they sort all out so they can check it out. They're your bad friends. Then you got your false friends. You know, the ones that turn on and off with you. You know. Then you got your fake friends. They'll fake you out when you need them the most.
That's right.
You got your summer friends. They're there some of the time. You got your telephone friends. As soon as I'm out, they're on the telephone telling about it.
That's right.
You got your nosy friends. They just want to know what you got going on, be in your business all the time. Then you got your jealous friends. They just hang around and see what you got so they can be mad about it.
That's right.
You got your lying friend. They make sure everybody knows the story, but according to they would tell it, you know, ain't necessarily real to win. You know, we got all kinds of friends, but a true friend, they won't wait on you to call. They'll call you. They're the ones that walk when the rest of the world turns the other way. They walk with you. They're the ones that know the song in your heart, and if you forget the words, they'll sing it back to you. You know, their friendship is one, but true friendship is one mind, one body, one mind with two bodies. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. When you're walking with a friend in the dark, it's better than walking with a stranger in the light. You know, a true friend doesn't have to tell you he loves you, you just know it. And that's what Jesus Christ is. And the grand proof of that is how, and I can say this now because before we were even born, he sacrificed his life to make sure we would live. So for our sakes, he lived 33 years in an evil world, despised, rejected of man, and acquainted with grief. And though he was the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, he was often weary, hungry, thirsty, and poor.
That's right.
Without his friendship, we'd have been lost forever in hell. But it was the Lord Jesus who obliged himself to come down and say, no. Those are mine. I created them. I'm not giving them up. He came and unsought and unasked because he was just gracious. He searched all throughout history from the beginning of the world and looked around to see whose love could he shower himself on. And that's the sad thing about it. God is trying to love us. It's us who reject it. God don't ever reject us. The Bible says nothing can separate you from the love of God. It's us who reject God's love. See, a friend is measured by what he does. And for our sakes, he suffered the most painful death. Even the death on the cross. And though he was innocent and without fault, he took our fault. He became sin to free us from sin. He was a lamb to the slaughter. And he poured out his soul unto death just for me. You know, he didn't have to do it. He could have called on Legion of Angels to come down and take him off the cross. Matter of fact, he could have just refused. He could have, you know, I'm quite sure, and this is just my opinion, you know, put no Bible in it, had God would have spared him. But that would have cost us. Because that was his son. God didn't want to see his son die no more than he wanted to die. But he said, but at your will. And God knew that was the only way for us. So God gave of himself for us to live. Can't we be a little grateful? That's right. Such friendships surpasses man's understanding because see, we can't love that deep. We're not capable of loving that deep. I don't care how much you love your mama, brother, sister, brother, whoever. You cannot love as deep as God can love you. That's right. It's not possible. Because God is love. We just learned to love, but God is love. He can't go outside of himself. Another little story. So there was a preacher walking the countryside. And he stopped by a farmhouse for a drink of water. And he saw a sign blown around. And the sign said, Jesus is love. So when the old farmer came out, he said, how can I help you? He said, well, I mean, I'm a preacher. And I just kind of wonder, you got that sign to move around there. And You say Jesus love, why you want to put that on a weather vane? Because it means just what you trying to say, that Jesus love is wishy-washy, just blows with the wind? And the old farmer said, no service preacher. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is no matter which way the wind blows, Jesus is love. That's all I'm trying to know today. No matter what's going on in your life, Jesus is love. He loves you. I don't care if it's good or bad, if you're happy or sad, if you're rich or broke, whatever you are, Jesus is love. So today I came to tell you about my friend with benefits. See, my friend never lets me down. He's never forsaken me. He loves me and stays true to me regardless of how I feel. And you might find it hard to believe, but some of the things my friend does, and he does for me, no one else can do. You know, I'm gonna tell you up front, my friend sent me to tell you he want to be your friend too. And this is never for you to choose my friend. See, I found a friend with Jesus, and he's everything to me. He's my friend with benefits. And that's the thing about it. When we look for jobs, we always try to look for a job with good benefits. But let me tell you about a job with good benefits. That's being a Christian, being a disciple of Christ. See, it comes with no condemnation. He won't judge you for the things you do. As a matter of fact, he said, if you're faithful and just to confess it, I'll forgive it. That's how simple it is. All you got to do is admit you did it. And he said, okay, don't worry about it. He endures what I have to endure. And when I'm tempted, he takes the temptation away. He makes a way of escape. He doesn't share anything I do with anybody else. Whatever goes on with me and Jesus is me and Jesus. I can tell him anything. And he just says, don't worry about it, and he keeps it to himself. He never sinned, so he showed me that there's a way to live it without doing wrong all the time. He fought battles that I don't have to fight, and gave me the victory in him. He gets the glory, and I get the victory. I can go forward with anything, and he'll say, I got you. See, I got confidence in my friend. My friend got me covered. He's the greatest friend with benefits that you can ever have. Through His mercy, he supplies all of my needs. And according to his love, then he steps in and provides my heart's desire. And I'm telling you, there ain't nothing like God looking into your heart and seeing what you want. And you think you can't get it. You think it's so far out of reach, it's impossible, and you'll look up and you already did it. Ain't nothing like that feeling. It'll overwhelm you, I'm telling you. Try it sometime. I'm not worthy of it. I can't earn enough to pay him. You know, I couldn't work while even try to catch up, because every time I give him something, he gives me something back. And then the Bible says he multiplies. Because it says everything you place in his hand, it says little becomes much. When you place it in. So the little bit I do is say, oh, I got you this time. I got it. Keep going. Don't you do better, man. Doctors can give you medicine to treat your illnesses. But Jesus gives you healing. You know, he promised that no weapon that's formed against me shall ever prosper. He that showed me that everything intended for evil, he'll make it good for my benefit. See, that's what my friend with benefits does. He's quick to forgive and forget. And all I have to do is confess. He don't stand around and play the bang game and say, now look what you done did. I ain't getting you out of this one. I'm going to let you suck it out over the place. I'm going to let you stew in your mess with it. My God don't do me that way. At the point where I confess, it's already done. No, he tells me to cast every care on him. He takes all my sorrows and griefs away. In temptation, he's my way of escape. When I'm hungry, he's my bread of life. You know, when I'm thirsty, he's my living water. When I'm lost, he's the way. He loves me when I don't love myself. Let alone somebody else love me. There are times when I just feel like I ain't worthy. He say, oh, you my child. You the son of the king. Every problem I have, he's the solution. Every question, he's the answer. Every disease, he's the cure. Every thorn in the flesh, he's sufficient grace. Whenever I need it, he's already there. If I need surgery, he's a physician that's never lost a patient. If I need a savior, he already took care of that. My sins were forgiven before I got here. When I need refuge, he hides me from the storms of life. He's a very present help. That means he's already here in the time of storm. I don't have to call him to come. He was there when I got there. When I need light, he's the light in the darkest of times. And when I need a friend, he'll stick closer than any brother. So today I invite you to meet my friend with benefits and make him yours. Amen.